Hello there, everyone. Thank you all for gathering here tonight. This is Alex, here to contribute to Soul's Eulogy. Some shoutouts include Judy, Lori, Stephen, Annette, Mrs. Goldfarb, Leonora, Claudel, Junita, my parents, and everyone else who knew Soul. Thank you so much for being there for him. As we already know, one of our greatest pals, Solomon Lewis, has passed on to the great beyond. He was an intelligent, extraordinary man with a big mouth, but also a big heart. Yes, while he could be quite direct at times, he was still a man of his words. At first sight, I viewed Sol as a ruthless, sassy old man, but when I grew closer to him, he seemed so much more than that. My time at Egbert P. Johnson Memorial Home for the Aged has taught me so much about life, and Sol took a huge part in that. However, what really caught my attention is the main message that he conveyed to me. Throughout my time with Sol, he taught me everything and everyone has the potential to change in a positive way, so one should always look at the bright side. Yeah, while it's still extremely difficult to be optimistic in time of distress, it's still possible. For example, when I first met Mr. Lewis, I was petrified. I thought nothing good was going to come out of this Circle Justice program. Nevertheless, I was mistaken. I played guitar, and he got interested in my playing. I was waiting in his room for a while, and then he came up to me when I was fiddling around with my Telecaster. Sol came up to me, and he actually thought about my guitar playing and thought it was great. I then played for him, like he asked me to play a song called All Blues. He begged, then told me to do it slower, so I followed his command. In that moment, Solomon demanded for more, and it seemed like the impossible became possible. Yes, just like that, a negative situation unexpectedly changed into a positive one. In my perspective, I figured, and try as I might, I couldn't see a gotcha angle anywhere. Sol wasn't going to pull off his old gotcha trick this time around. It was all because of my, according to him, delightful guitar playing. I thought that I'd get mocked by him, but the exact opposite happened. From that moment on, Sol and his view of me changed, and he started to like me more too. This showed me that people, situations, viewpoints, and things can change just like that, in a positive way, so it's best to be optimistic. Another great thing that happened to me was that I changed, all because Sol helped me to. Before I walked into the nursing home he was residing in, I was brash, irresponsible, and childish. Nonetheless, after I walked out, I transformed into this caring, mature person. That, though, was only a brief explanation of how powerful Sol's effects on me were. Even Stephen and Annette believe that I've gone through a lot of self-improvement, which is always great to hear. In that April, it was time for Sol and I's last give, and believe me, I was nervous. I kept doubting myself, but Annette and Stephen tried to ease my nerves. They told me to be confident, despite my anxiety, and that I've changed so much due to my experience of human service with Solomon, our deceased friend. So then, I went out and nailed it. I appreciate you guys out here tonight. All thanks to them comforting me about my personal transformation. Annette said, but you're just, I don't know, better, nicer? Annette views me now as a finer, kinder person. Sol has made a really huge difference in the way others see me and how I act as a human being. Even people like me can change into a better person, and it's really cool how one can adjust their personality like I did. This showed me that people and things can change, and potential from an excellent change can help the way you look at life. Everything and everyone can change in a good way, and when that happens, it seems inevitable that great things come out of it. So think positive and look on the bright side. Another thing I learned about Sol is some things can happen abruptly. I kept on writing letters to this mysterious Judge J. Trent about Solomon. Sol had also been talking to me about his daughter a lot, Judy, around the time that I was sending her notes. I had told her about Solomon and how he had so many memories, pictures, and recollection of his daughter, Judy. Then I sent her a final note regarding the final guitar performance that I will play with Sol in. Judge Trent agreed to come, and get this, we were all pretty surprised when we found out her true identity. Judge Trent was Judy. Judy and Sol came together. Dad. Sol had the strangest expression behind his mask. Judy. Judy had a reunion with her father, Sol. It was really out of the blue for Judy to just change and finally recognize Sol, but it happened. This showed a change in events too, because nobody expected Judy to be right there. Not even Sol expected this to happen. However, it was a fundamentally positive change in Judy, as well as a change of events in Sol's last weeks of living. Judy and Soul's reunion showed us all that some things can change, and people can too. So that's why people should look on the bright side. Even that time that Solomon tricked me into getting his glasses taught me a lot of things. It was a simple trick to pull off. So Soul pretended to need his glasses, and I actually believed him. And Soul ended up playing my Telecaster in front of everyone I knew. You guys were all there, and boy, was I embarrassed. However, it was also given to me as a chance to lighten up. I've always been a little too sensitive, but then I finally changed and realized that it was a joke. That's why I loved the experience at Egbert P. Johnson Memorial Home for the Aged, because Soul taught me so many things, the most important lesson being everything and everyone can change in a good way, so look on the bright side. From the beginning of his life to the very end, Mr. Lewis was a successful, talented, and of course, passionate man, all because he followed this one message. Thank you all very much for listening and attending this speech of mine. And remember, always think positively, because you wouldn't like to see Soul view you as a Musenhanger, would you?